Repair your credit like the pros. Chapter 2: How to properly dispute negative accounts. You can have negative items such as late payments, collections, and charge offs deleted from your credit report by following these 5 simple, straightforward steps. Step 1: Order your credit report from the credit bureaus by mail. To challenge a credit bureau regarding the information posted, you must first order your credit report because you need to reference and work off of that report. You cannot work off a credit report you received from your loan officer or from a different website. You must order from the bureaus themselves. This is easy to do, and you are entitled to 1 free report per year from each of the 3 bureaus, thanks to a law enacted December 4th, 2003 by President Bush. Using the online credit dispute system is like shooting yourself in the foot. Even though it is more convenient, you must not order your report on the internet. Don't make the mistake of doing it this way. Do you think the bureaus set up online disputing for your advantage or for their own? Order by mail, receive by mail, and dispute by mail. If you already made the mistake of getting your credit report online, ignore it. Pretend like it never happened and order correctly by mail. Do not respond to or correspond with credit bureaus by email. Important note: online credit disputing is ineffective. It puts serious limitations on your rights with limited statutes. Most people don't realize that when they proceed with the online dispute system, they have accepted those terms and conditions, because who actually reads through it all? By using their website, you waive important consumer rights. If you dispute online, the furnisher doesn't have to tell you how their so-called investigation took place. And if they remove a negative item, they can repost it within a month, and there is nothing you can do about it. It's no wonder some people claim credit repair doesn't work. They go about it like amateurs. All good credit repair companies work their magic through United States Postal Service. Look at what credit attorney Chi-Chi Wu said in a report called Automated Injustice. The online forms only help the bureaus steer your issue into one of their dispute buckets, helping the agency automate your claim. It also means you have less of a paper trail to demonstrate negligence later on. I'll explain. The electronic online system for correct and accurate reporting, eOscar, was created by the big credit bureaus for their own purposes, to speed up the process for themselves and to quickly eliminate as many dispute requests as they can. It was not designed for your best interest of the consumer, so make note of that. Each time you submit a dispute online, their eOscar system translates your request into a 2 or 3 digit code. Thus, you become nothing more than a number. The code may or may not accurately reflect your situation. There is no humanity involved, there is no common sense involved. You get turned into one of 4 or 5 reason codes. Sometimes there might not even be an accurate code for your situation. And in that case, you get put into a so-called similar code, which could automatically shoot your efforts right out of consideration. What's more, if your dispute gets coded wrong, the likelihood of you being able to get it changed is extremely low. When you try to change it, they think you're on a fishing expedition, trying to scam the system, which results in an automatic rejection letter. It's no wonder why some people think credit repair doesn't work. They go about it the wrong way, like amateurs, not a pro. But wait, there's more. When you file online, you don't have the ability to attach documentation that proves your case. This leaves you vulnerable to eOscar, labeling your dispute as frivolous and irrelevant. That is the last thing you want to happen because it prejudices the system against you. Furthermore, if you don't use the good old-fashioned USPS mail, you waive your legal right to receive written results of the credit bureau's investigation. The bureaus are not required by law to send you any written results of investigating your dispute when you file electronically. Therefore, you give up a big advantage, and you cannot afford to do that. Online, you will also waive your right to sue the credit bureaus for mishandling your credit. You don't want to give up that leverage or the threat of using that leverage. Using eOscar does not save you time. If it doesn't get you the results you want, the next time you hear a speaker or see an article that says to use the online system at the credit bureau's websites, roll your eyes and ignore them, because they are not true experts on credit repair. Similarly, if you hear a story about how it worked for someone, it doesn't mean you should take the risk yourself. It's better to stack the odds in your favor, not to risk it because someone else got lucky. Important note: never order your credit bureau report. Never order your credit report from a website advertising free credit scores, because you will not have the correct report for communicating with the bureaus. Moreover, the scores you receive are not necessarily accurate. Many scores from a third-party website give out scores that are artificially high by 20 to 70 points, which sets you up for a disappointment later. They are not using the same scores used by the mortgage industry. There are multiple websites that look official, but they are set up by individuals looking to make a buck off of you. Many of these websites set you up with a so-called credit monitoring system, and then they charge you a monthly fee. It is my professional opinion that most of these are a waste of money, so I would never endorse them. Do you really want to pay some guy working in his pajamas from his basement who set up a site that looks deceptively like the government or like a credit agency? I met a man in his 20s who set up a personal website that looked so official his site was mentioned in a respectable national newspaper. As a result, he was raking in the money. He had the biggest chuckle when he told me about it at a conference I attended in Arizona. Be aware that the scores available for purchase from the credit bureau website, annualcreditreport.com, is not the same score you get off when you apply for a loan or mortgage to buy a house. This is because they are using a more lenient mathematical algorithm. It is an equation used for credit card approval rather than for mortgage approval. Naturally, there are stricter requirements to borrow several $100,000 than for getting a little plastic card to shop with. Therefore, I do not recommend buying the consumer credit score. That said, if you want to get your scores from a free site so that you can monitor the upward progress of your score as you work on your credit, that is acceptable and just fine to do.